What's up, everybody? Thank you, everybody, for being in part of the Law Nation Network. Just want to talk a few things that's on my mind. Um, that Darrell Revis, man, they gonna throw the book at this guy. I don't know what happened, but allegedly he knocked out some people cold. But hopefully he can bounce back, man. I just never seen anything like that happen before, where they just knocked this guy clean out. But you guys saw the video that I did, the Poe video. That guy is gonna be awesome if we can manage to get a guy like that on our team. That would be a plus, man. If we can get somebody like that, that would be something fantastic, man. That would be something that I love to see, love to hear out there. Yeah, but all this weekend, I'm gonna try to post more videos of some type of free agents that we need to go out and grab and stuff like that. Just gonna try to do some things like that, grab some guys, man, and see what we can trump up and get things going in the right direction. Let me see if I can find you all. If you are there, just state say where you're from, what you hope for this off season, things that you wish to go along and happen, those type of things. Shout out to Magic Toaster and Cook for being in the house too as well. Like we say, football season is down to the wire, right? We got to be able to figure out what we're going to get and figure out what we're going to do this off season and stuff like that. So you managed to see Poe video. Yeah, that guy was everywhere. He was just on point, man. Shout out to Jesse with that. Poe and Adoree in the second round. Best available linebacker or cornerback in the first. I can see us doing that too as well. I hope we draft Malik McDowell. Malik, just from Magic Toaster, man. Malik is something devastating to look at, man. That guy is everywhere. Just that clip you showed me, man, that was just off the chain, man. I kind of like what I see in the guy. Should we go after Cordell Patterson, replace him with Lucky Whitehead from J Clown 94? I really think we should. I think we should figure out a way to get one of those proven commodities. I've been saying that all year, all this off season. A proven commodity, somebody that we know for sure is going to be able to push this team to the next level. And that Poe kid, I like him. I like Calais Campbell. So maybe I'll do a Calais Campbell all 22 film next. That way you can see everything without it being blocked or whatever, with the angles and stuff like that. So another thing is too as well. What Luke saying? Luke 16:510. We need someone who can score or give us a good field position. Yeah, we do. We need somebody that can step up in the mist of the game. We need somebody that can really show up and show out. That's what we really need, man. He has a Jalen Smith channel too as well, Magic. I might have to check him out, Magic, man. I might have to really check that out, man. That guy got some. I'm gonna have to find him. I'm gonna have to re-click on that link and take a look at this McDowell kid again, and also see that dude got some good points of views and just very knowledgeable of the game. I kind of like his flow, his way of his capturing the events that happened. That's really tight. Do you think, this is from Chris Flower, do you think they're really going to spend money or spend on free agents. And will Mario Williams be a far fetch? I mean, Mario Williams would fit well in this system. I always thought he would fit well in the system, even since he came out. Even though we were switching over to the 4-3 defense, I really think that he can fit well in this system. I think that the motor aspect, a lot of people said he gave up on plays and stuff like that, but I think Rob Marinelli, the way he coaches, the way he pulls that defensive line people together and play to their highest ability, like the George Selvies a couple years back. He had him playing at his highest level. David Irvin having him playing at his highest level. I really think collectively is that, like the cats like the Mario Williams of the world, and those who they say, even like Malik McDowell, if we draft him, I think that Rob Marinelli's system is able to gel better and get these guys going into the next level. And I think Mario Williams will be a good contributor to our team, only if he comes for dirt cheap. Now, if he's asking for like $10 or $11 million, then that's crazy, Let me see if I can speed this thing up here. You guys are here today. Luke, let me see what else you said here. J Clown. Need someone other than Dez that can catch open on one-on-ones. Yeah, so far, if let's say if Andy Jones step it up, right? Let's say if Andy Jones be able to, and he's on our practice squad, but if we are able to get Andy Jones to step it up to the next level, then that would be a plus too as well. If Andy Jones is able to do that, then that'll be a plus. But outside of that, if we can find somebody, then of course, J Clown 94, we'll be able to get somebody that can, step it up for us. Catch the one-on-ones, catch the 50-50 balls, as they call them. Or like Luke said, or someone that can make a play on defense. Hopefully Jalen Smith, or when the last time Dallas had a defensive kick/punt return touchdown. Yeah, it been a minute since we had anybody that can just make plays on punt return. It's been a minute since we had anybody that can just fear us on defense outside of DeMarcus Ware. And DeMarcus Ware was doing so much at time that it became crazy because he would work so much and he kept getting injured. Kind of like what we see what's going on with J.J. Watt. But now J.J. Watt got some pieces. He got Clowney on the other side. He got Whitney Merciless, whatever, I think that's his name. They got a veteran cornerbacks on their team. So the Texans are far light years beyond what any team that we had in this past decade. But I can see us just trying to focus in on this draft and getting those key pieces to this defense. And we need to start from the interior of the line, and that will be able to bring that pressure in. And it'll, as you can see, look back at the film that I did, the all-22 film, and you can see how the safeties and the linebacker were just flying around because Dentario Poe was just taking up, double teams, and he murdered our guy Travis Frederick several times on those clips too as well. But it is what it is as it comes to like defense and stuff like that. Shout out to Busy Bob, thank you for joining in, and Andrew, thank you for joining in too. What's up with you? Also, I've seen Jalen Smith in the new video. He is moving great, and I think the kid gonna be playing at a high level. That's from Chris Flowers. But I heard Mike Fisher on 105.3 The Fan just being so down about the situation. I mean, you got to play it. Say, if you're a journalist, if you're a media personnel person, you're going to play it down. You're going to say those things that, like, can he get hit? Or this is just him running out in space. And because you don't want to just be so lofty and be like, okay, this guy's going to be the next savior. This guy going to be the next Sean Lee on our team, or he's going to be the next just outright, dog right, next, let me see who I can say, maybe the next, I don't know, maybe Cornell Lake of the Worlds, or the next. What's a good linebacker that he fits? You could say a Ray Lewis, or he can be the next Ray Lewis. As a journalist, I guess you don't want to go ahead and put all your eggs in one basket with Jalen Smith, because he can just twist his ankle as soon as he get out there, got a dead drop foot or something of that nature. So I can understand Mike Fisher being a little, reserved or have his reservation on Jalen Smith, but from what I can see on tape and film, is that this kid is going to be somewhat of a threat. And I think he's going to be able to fly to the ball just like Sean Lee. And if you put those two together, if those two can stay healthy, man, the sky's the limit. And I think beyond the sky's the limit, Hell, these guys can take it all the way to the house, Let me see. Magic said, do they re-sign Butler or Williams? If we see, I don't know if Williams going to ask for money. So if Williams started to ask for money, then we're going to have a problem. But if Williams don't ask for money, then you could still see the two of this on our team. Butler, he only paying him like pennies, $800,000, $900,000. So Butler, you may can get away with, But Williams, if he asking for $6 or $8 million, then we might have to put a reservation stamp on him and say, you know what? We're going to look back at all your film. We're going to reevaluate all your tapes, and then we're going to see what we're going to do from there, So, let's see what Jesse says. Shout out to you for commenting. Law is a huge on Adoree. I love him too. He could give us the great field position and replace half of Bryce snaps by mid-season. I don't know if he's going to replace Bryce Butler snaps because he plays on the opposite side of the ball. But I think he's great up and out in space. I don't know if we can flex him to play slot corner. But I do know for one thing that this guy will be able to do kickoff return, and he will be able to take the reverse sweep and just remove the Lucky Whiteheads of the world, and we'll have a true kickoff return guy. So yeah, I'm very high on Adoree. I kind of love his skill set, and I love what he can bring to the team. Now, Cook says, John Ross first round, if we not going to trade down in the draft and get the top 3 defensive end, if Peppers is available, I'll be interested as well. I don't want to just let Romo go for nothing. This is a business, we talk back and forth about Romo leaving and Romo staying, but in my opinion, at this point in time, it's just going to be one of those things that we might just end up cutting him if they have no trading partners, and we need some extra space to get those defensive players that we kind of have our eye on. Then it could be a strong possibility that we go out and we just go ahead and cut Tony Romo, which I would hate for that to happen. I want us to get something out of return for him, but at the same time, in the same token or the same reason of mine, it just may not happen. It just may not flow the way we want it to do, and that's just life. But it is a good question, man. That's a great question, though, Cook. Patrick Taylor, what's good? What's good? Thank you for shooting out. Thank you for being on the channel. What about the guy like Taco Charlton? Man, when I looked at Taco tape, and I looked at it with the understanding that I'm gonna see somebody flash out and jump out of my screen, but I just didn't see that. Now I could be 1,000% wrong, but I just didn't see that flashy player that I wanted to see. But what I did see is that I saw a player that was just consistent, and he was just consistent in a way, whereas even though he didn't have that burst that I was looking for, he was still consistent in getting to the quarterback. I saw him line up in a 4-point stand. I didn't like that because he really didn't get off the ball with the 4-point stand. But when he started getting down in the three-point stand, he was getting off to the edge. So I think if with Rob Marinelli, it's just so much of a toss-up when you get Rob Marinelli to come into the fold. I think Rob Marinelli will be able to push him out and get him to the quarterback. But we need to be stingy. We need to be We just need to be just greedy in the point. We need somebody that's going to be, if he's going to be first round, we need them to play. We need them to start. We don't need them to be a project player, in other words. I do not want another scenario. I know that DeMarcus Lawrence wasn't a first round pick, but I just do not want to have another scenario whereas we waiting for this year. And they're going to say, wait to third year, wait to year 4. I want somebody now. I want somebody that can make an impact now. So, but I just didn't see Taco jumping out like that. And I could be wrong. So that's why I'm holding just a slight reservation on most of these players until the combine, until we see what's going to happen from that, What if we can move Collins to the right tackle as well? If that's from Cook. I really think Collins, if he can remain and stay healthy, I really think that he can play to the right side, right tackle. I think, did he play there in college? I don't know for sure. I think he played left tackle. But if he can play to the right side, and being a right tackle is not as easy as we think. And although I'm kind of harsh on Doug Free, he is good in run support. So we will see how all this gel together. Because although Doug Free is the weakest link on our offensive line, but we'll see what we need to do in the future when it comes down to that, Let me see what we got. That's a good question, though, Jada. That's a real good question. Let me see. You got Doug. And Doug Free got to go. Yeah, definitely. Top 6 edge rushers and top 3 wide receivers definitely going to be our pick. Like I said, we got a 90% chance of getting a great impact player. Now I'm talking about 90 to 95% chance to get one of these players that's going to be able to make a drastic change. But in order for us to do that, we still got to stay focused. We still got to stay hungry. We got to draft smart. And I just trust Will McClay to do that, But if Collins can take Doug Free's side, going back to what Busy Bob is talking about, if Collins can take Doug Free's side, then that'll be a plus, man. But Collins got to show that he can stay healthy. He got to stop having these weird injuries. He got to be able to stay healthy. And then we got to find out who's going to fit the void, who's going to fill in Ron Leary's spot. Because I don't think we can hold Ron Leary down, But you know what? I just thought about it. We do have a franchise tag that we can use, but I don't know who we're going to use the franchise tag on and this sort of thing. But it comes to a play that we may have to responsibly, wisely use our franchise tag. If we can use it on Leary or if we can use it on someone, that'll be a plus, and we can demand. But then again, I just don't know. I have to read up on that. Just don't count me towards that yet, What we got down here? Jonathan Cooper. Oh, my bad. Andrew, you said I hope Charles Tapper can cause some damage. I hope Charles Tapper can stay healthy too as well. He's one of those guys. He's one of those guys that he was really my pet, my project pet. A pet project, however you call it, my dark horse in the draft. But he ended up being injured and stuff like that too. So you see how that cookie crumbles, man. When you have all your hopes, your desires, and your dreams on somebody, and then bam, they get injured. So I guess this year, this season, hope if he can stay healthy, he can utilize his speed, and then we can see what he can bring to the table. Hopefully he bring in some good stuff, Tapper and David Irvin, I think we'll step it up next year. You're right, Busy. I agree. Maybe Jonathan Cooper can come back. Yeah. You're right, Cook. You're right. This is from Chris Flowers. You're right. One explosive defensive tackle, defensive end will improve the other guys. I do believe that and when we update on Tapper, any updates on Tapper, Tapper's still having that degenerative back issue, so we just don't know how those bones and those things are firing off right. So we just gonna have to hold reservations on all that, But collectively, as we look at everything, what I want to say is that if we don't get an explosive player in this draft, it's going to be so disappointing. If we don't get somebody who can be an immediate impact, it's going to be so disappointing. So we got to get somebody, whoever, in this draft that's going to be explosive, and we got to get somebody in free agency That's a known commodity that we know for sure that the other guys can learn from. That's as we break that all down. That's what I'm coming from. Let me see. Jesse, or let me see. Pablo was first. Let me see. Man, why do not D Irvin as LE? I guess left end where he plays better. David Irvin, why don't I think you're saying why do not why do David Irvin do not play left end where he plays better? I don't know, but David Irvin do have size and girth and length to play in the I can't talk today, in the interior of the line, because what he can do is he can reach those long arms out, and he's able to bat the ball down and give the smaller or shorter quarterbacks difficulties throwing through the passing lanes. So yeah, I would like to see him play just on the left end. I think that they're able to be more aggressive on that side, but we had so many insufficiency or deficiencies on our line that we had to continuously rotate those guys out, because the Terrell McClains of the worlds and Thornton, they couldn't play all 60 snaps. So it's just one of those things that's like we got to figure out how we can have somebody who's young enough to have the endless motor type of effect, who can be able to stay into the game. But good question, Pablo. I thank you for joining in, man. Yeah, from Spain. Shout out to Spain. Well, I'm internationally known now, I guess. But Jesse, you said because Randy Gregory is our only true right end, and we all know that, Randy Gregory, he's dynamic in a way, but he just loves to smoke the weed. So I really hope that they can change the rules and regulations on that so that we can get good players to stay on our team. Church is a leader of our defense. That's from Busy Bob. I really think that Church is a secondary leader, but not the true all-in-all leader. He may be vocal enough to be the secondary leader, but the leader of our team is Sean Lee on our defense. He's the general. He's the guy that's gonna put everybody in the right spots. And when I was just looking at film, I was able to show you guys just the first week and the second week of the film. But if you look at the full, hopefully I'll be able to do the whole 16 weeks in the playoff game. You will still see that Lee was just flying to the ball. He was the only one just flying to the ball, like a little dash across the page there. He was just going back and forth, flying to the ball. And if we can get somebody else like Smith can be kind of sort of like that, then we're winning. We got more than one person just flying to the ball. Another person, believe it or not, have good vision, good eye contact, and was just flying to the ball. What I saw on tape is Jeff Heath. I don't know why he's just not a starter, but Jeff Heath was just flying to the ball. And when I look at him, he's a weird playmaker for us. I don't know why he's not starting. One can argue and say, well, he take bad angles or something like that, but he was just flying to the ball. Him, J.J. Wilcox is showing improvement, but these are still just like role players. These not players that we can just put on a higher pedestal of like the Eric Berrys of the world and stuff like that. Who is this? Busy Bob. Oh yeah, Magic Toast. Nobody's worth franchise tagging. Yeah, you're right. But you may have to franchise tag because of those conditionals. I think there's a form of franchise tag that if you franchise tag somebody and you can put on it whether you say, okay, this person I grant a franchise tag to, and in order for you to grab this person from our team, we demanding a sack and a third round pick or something like that. But I have to do my homework on it, and I'll come back with you guys on that franchise tag stuff. What about, let me see, Busy Bob, what about offensive pick? First round, David Njoku, I think that's his name, and Jason Witten might retire. First round, I'll go with O.J. Howard. Now, if David on the board and if we're going with best player available and he is the best player available at that time, then Busy, I wouldn't have no fault. I wouldn't have no ill will towards Will McClay grabbing him. But like we say, we still gotta wait till this combine stuff. Some player gonna be like the Byron Jones of the world, who you just step it up and show out, and we're gonna like, where did this guy come from? He had these crazy combine numbers, and we just gonna want to get him on our team. But watch out, Peppers might be a crazy combine person. He ran a 4.3 the other day, so who knows? All right, this is from Tally, or is it Landon Tally? What kind of salary would you expect the Cowboys to give for Poe, if available? And would you rather have Church, Wilcox, Carr, or Moe, I think, back into the roster? I would rather have. Don't crucify me for this, but I would rather see Wilcox. I saw drastic improvement from last year. Very good upside. Carr, he's going to have to go. Moe, I'd rather have him back for one more year. I'd like to see him, because I saw something in him this year, besides the fact that he got hurt. But this time I saw something different inside of Mo Claiborne. I think you guys saw that too as well. Now, Church is a coin toss. Now, we got him for cheap before, because previously he, when he was up for his contract, I think he torn his Achilles or something like that. And we managed to work up a deal that was favorable to us, more so than favorable to him. So I think this time Church is looking for some money. So he might, he got a little one, he's married and stuff like that now. So he gonna want more money. So Church, secondary leader, may be gone, in my opinion. But that's a good question from Landon. Great, good question. Shout out to Bernie. Thank you for joining in. Let's see what we got. Don't forget about Tapper. He has a great, I think, speed score. He's really athletic. I remember him chasing down Amari Cooper 30 yards down the field. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that clip, Bernie. Tapper got unbelievable skills in his speed and stuff like that. So hopefully, and I mean, I'm talking about if Tapper was able to stay healthy and all this year, and we'd have been saying, okay, this guy is phenomenal. This guy is amazing. This guy is outstanding too as well, because of his speed. He got so much speed. He's able to turn on a dime, and he just be able to bend the corners and stuff like that. But if he's not healthy, then that speed is not going to do us no good. But I did saw a lot in him during the OTAs and during the college tapes, what I saw on film. But he got to stay healthy, guys. He got to stay healthy. All right, and what we have here, I'm asking everybody question. Live Law Nation Q&A. I'm trying to go down the list, so bear with me. Jesse, if we could move up just a few spots for the top 3 wide receiver. Mike Williams isn't in my top 3, or for OJ Howard. That's where I would go for offense in the draft. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would go with OJ Howard too. I would reach into that bag, go grab OJ Howard if he's there, or if Corey Davis is there, I'll grab him. Now, depending on my board, if Juju Smith or what's that guy, John Ross is there, just according to my board, on my draft board, according to what these guys do in the combine, if they rate it higher, then I would not pass them up, because at the point in time, believe it or not, we in need of a wide receiver. Like say Bryce Butler is unquestionable, and Williams, he's looking for money this year, so. And then, of course, we all know the story of Jason Witten. He's getting long in the tooth, and we just never know when it's going to be his last year. So that's all. That's all we can say on that. Yeah. So let me see what Brandon Gonzalez. What do you think the biggest need is? Defensive line or defensive back? Which one comes first, chicken or the egg? If you can answer me that, Brandon, then I'll tell you. The chicken or the egg, which one comes first, the egg or the chicken? So I would say, but in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, no proven facts, but I would build your own out. So I would get the fattest plug I can find, like a Poe or Dentario Poe, or somebody who can fit in the inside of that line, somebody who I know with girth, strength. During free agency, Sharif Floyd is out there. You got so many guys you can plug into the middle that would eventually help you out in the long run. So have your defensive backs and your safeties running free. If I was a defensive-minded person in the draft, I would look at the tape of what Carolina Panthers did a while back, of how they selected two or three first-round picks with the defensive line. And then that's when you saw the emergence of the Josh Normans of the world, and you saw the emergence of Luke Kuechly just running everywhere. And that's only because of the way he was able to be free. He was running free. He didn't have to worry about the offensive line and making to the second level on a lot of plays. So that's pretty much, man, guys. I really thank you all for joining in today. That's been pretty much my time. But what I'm going to do next week is I'm going to have my shows a little later in the day. I'm going to have them at 9 o'clock p.m. or close to 10 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. And that way you guys can interact with me for those who are in various areas. I know I've been doing my shows early in the morning, but things have changed now. So hopefully, like next week, I'll start doing my live shows during that time frame. Another thing is, too, as well, just comment down below once the video has been posted of players that you want me to do a video on for free agency, like I did the Ontario Poe video. So whoever is out there in free agents that you think the Cowboy Nations can pick up, just let me know, and I'll do a quick video of that as well. And if possible, if you guys want me to do this, a video of some, well, I'm gonna hold off on all videos for Cowboys as far as rookies, whoever we draft. I'm gonna hold off on doing those videos so that I won't be doubling or making false videos and stuff like that. So next year, whenever the draft is finished and after the combine, and once we figure out whoever gets on our team, that's when I do videos of those guys. But if you guys know of any player that you want me to do videos on as far as free agency, let me know, and I will try to get that video out to you all. Yeah. See, like Magic, you right on the money. So yeah, I would start doing that then sometime this weekend. Magic Toaster said, what about a video of DeMarcus Ware, all 22 from the Broncos? That's a good plug. Yeah, I'm going to do a DeMarcus Ware video this weekend, and we're going to try to get everything going in the right direction from there. I got one other thing I wanted to say. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel as well, and I will try to comment down below for those people who like and subscribe to comment so I can have positive feedback and all that good stuff. Let me know. Give me feedback too on the channel, and that way I know I'm going in the right direction. That's been my time. I thank you guys for yours. And hold on, I got one other question. Just curious, he is a very explosive guy who made some mistakes in the service of his time, but I was wondering from a football standpoint. Oh yeah, Cowboy Nation. Yeah, that's been my time, guys. I really thank you guys. I thank you, Landon, for that comment. I'll take a look into what you're saying, and we will just get the ball rolling in the right direction. That's been my time again. Remember, you guys are listening to nothing but the best. May God bless until I see you guys again. How about them Cowboys? I'm out. The hell is that?